Miss Jackson is one of those songs that hits different the moment you realize what it's actually about. Behind its catchy hook and unforgettable melody is a messy, emotional story about love, heartbreak, and the complicated relationships that happen when a couple has a child. The song is a heartfelt apology, but also a defense from two men who are trying to explain their side of a situation that has become way bigger than them. And when you pull apart the lyrics, you see that it's about more than a breakup. It's about responsibility, misunderstandings, pride, and the emotional weight that comes with trying to do the right thing when everything around you is falling apart. The song opens with André 3000 addressing Miss Jackson directly, the mother of his former partner. Right away, it feels personal. When he says, "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, I am for real," he's admitting his mistakes, but he's also saying these weren't intentional. He never meant to hurt her daughter, and he's apologizing over and over because he genuinely feels the weight of the damage. This sets the tone for the entire song. A man trying to clear his name while still owning what he's responsible for. Then we hear Big Boi's verse, which dives into the chaos that comes after a relationship falls apart. He talks about tension with the child's mother, who seems to resent him and stir up conflict. The line about neighborhood boys coming to the studio to fight him shows how quickly personal problems can escalate. But even through all this, Big Boi reminds her, and Miss Jackson, that he's the one paying the bills, covering medical costs, and providing for his child. The frustration in his verse comes from feeling judged and attacked while he's doing his part. And when he mentions not being invited to his child's birthday parties, you can feel how painful and isolating that must be. He's trying to stay respectful, but he's also tired of being the villain in a story he feels is one-sided. Andre 3000's next verse shifts the perspective back to the relationship itself. He explains that his love with Miss Jackson's daughter wasn't just puppy love, at least not to him. For Andre, this was something real. He imagined a future, a home, a family. The metaphor, "you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather," is one of the strongest lines in the song. It's Andre's way of saying that no matter how good something feels, you can't control what life throws at you. His verse is filled with confusion, regret, hope, and even humor. But most importantly, honesty. This wasn't a guy who ran away. This was someone who wanted it to work but is now learning that sometimes love and effort still aren't enough. As the verse continues, Andre reflects on how things changed so quickly. Those dreams of a perfect home suddenly became prayer sessions where he's kneeling, asking for guidance. He's not angry. He's trying to understand what went wrong and accept that some things just happen for a reason. And through all of this, he tries to reassure Miss Jackson that he will remain present in the child's life. It's his way of saying, even if the relationship didn't last, I'm still responsible. I'm still here. That adds a layer of maturity that makes the apology feel even more real. Big Boy's second verse is raw, blunt, and emotional. He flips the perspective again, pointing out that he's being blamed for everything, even though the relationship had problems on both sides. He calls out jealousy, cheating, gossip, and interference from friends, all the things that can tear a couple apart. When he says, You keep on singing the same song. Let bygones be bygones. You can hear how exhausted he is from fighting the same battles over and over. And his final line, "you and your mama," shows the breaking point. The moment when he's done trying to defend himself to people who refuse to hear him. By the time the chorus comes back again, the apology feels deeper. "I apologize a trillion times" isn't exaggeration. It represents emotional exhaustion. It's what it feels like when you keep saying sorry, trying to fix a situation that refuses to get better because there are too many voices, too many wounds, and too much history shaping the narrative. In the end, Miss Jackson is a powerful story about the human side of relationships, not just romantic relationships, but the ties between families, parents, children, and the people who fall in love and fall apart. It reminds us that breakups don't just separate two people. They can shift entire family dynamics, stir up tension, and force everyone to deal with emotions they didn't ask for. But at its core, this song is about accountability. It's about two men trying to say, "We're not perfect, but we're trying, and we really didn't mean for it to go this way." This is what makes Miss Jackson timeless. It's not just catchy, it's real. It captures the pain behind failed relationships, the confusion when communication breaks down, and the emotional responsibility that comes with being a parent. And for anyone who's ever been stuck between love and conflict, between doing your best and still being misunderstood, this song resonates in a whole different level.